Hey guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Obed, and feel free to check out the landing page for this channel to learn more about what I talk about on this channel, and I promise you are going to learn a lot. In today's video, I will be reminiscing on the year 2024 and basically what happened in 2024. The first thing that happened in 2024 is that I started loving my job. And I know this is going to sound funny. My day job as a senior scientist in a manufacturing company, and as some of you might know, I have a PhD in chemistry and biochemistry, so I am very much a scientist, a really good one at it. And I think it was a change of pace for me leaving graduate school as a graduate student. And I think I will talk about this in another video, where I'm like, as a graduate student, you are doing your work as a research assistant or as a teaching assistant, then you are taking your own classes, and then you're writing research papers, and then you're going to conferences, you're going to seminars, you are giving seminars, you are maintaining your social life, and then you have a personal life. My point is, you're doing like 1 million things at once, and all of a sudden one day you graduate. Oh my gosh. And in graduate school, you work basically every time. You work Monday to Fridays, and you work Saturdays and Sundays too. You have no clock, you just work. Then you graduate and you're in industry and you only work Monday to Friday, and now you have Saturdays and Sundays to yourself. You have nothing to think about. When you come back from work on Mondays to Fridays, you have nothing to do in the evening other than relax and just zen mode, just live life. And it's not something that I was used to last year when I graduated in April 2024. I found it really hard to find that good balance, right, between my new life as a working professional and what my life used to be as a graduate student. In my head, I'm like, oh wow, I have all this plenty time. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do. So I had like 1 million plans that I wasn't doing any of it. Then I got overwhelmed, and I would say after 1 year of that chaos of balancing my life again, finding a balance as a professional and not as a graduate student. After 1 year of navigating that chaos, I am happy to say I now have a balance. I now have a rhythm, I now have a schedule, and I know how to handle myself. And I'm very thankful for that. So that's one thing 2024 brought for me. I'm really curious for other young professionals that will see this video, for graduate students that will see this video, when you started your job, how was things for you at first? I'm actually curious to know. So the second thing that happened in 2024 that is a positive thing, I would say, is that I started this YouTube channel. And I originally wanted to start this channel in 2023, right after my graduation. I gave myself 3 months to settle down and start the channel by like August in 2023. That's last year, and none of that happened. And for reference, I finished my PhD at the age of 28. I was basically almost just barely past 27 when I finished my PhD. So my point is that for some people, by all means and by many standards, they will say I have achieved a lot and they're proud. I'm proud as well. I'm actually happy. But I think my problem is sometimes I can be an overachiever, or like someone who's always like planning. I'm always like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? That's how my brain works. And I just need to calm down. And that's something I think I had a problem doing. I needed to do something. I have so much experience, I have so much knowledge to share, but as a graduate student, my experience applying to graduate school, to share about my professional life experience and all of that. And I wanted to share all this on this channel, and I'm just glad that I was able to start the channel in April this year, which is exactly 1 year after my graduation, which is quite exciting. So I started the channel, and I think when I started out this channel, my goal for the year was to reach 10,000 subscribers by December. And guess what? I think we reached 10,000 subscribers in November also, and December is here, and we're currently at 11,000 subscribers. So thank you, everyone. So thank you, everyone who actually subscribed to the channel. I'm glad that you see something valuable here for you to pursue and for you to actually join this community to grow with me. And I'm doing more of this kind of videos to let you know that there's a human being on the other side of the camera, and this is me, and I'm just here to unapologetically tell you about my year. This is the good stuff. The bad stuff is coming later, so definitely hang in there to learn about my regrets in 2024. Right now, these are the things I'm thankful for. The third good thing that happened in 2024 is that I actually shared out some relationships. Now, it is actually okay to share out relationships. Some relationships age, and by that I mean they age and they phase out for you. Sometimes, or at certain phases in your life, there are relationships that will be good for you at that point and at that stage in life, and then there are relationships that you need to build that will be the new ones for the new place you're in life. And it is actually important that you recognize when a relationship no longer serves, when you are nothing but a drag to your partner, or when your partner is nothing but a drag to you, or when a friend is nothing but a drag to you, or when even a family is nothing but a drag to you. So you need to be able to know this. If you don't cut out family, if you don't cut out friends, at least know how to limit access to these people so that you reduce negativity in your life. I saw a movie recently. Someone recommended a very good movie for me to watch. It's called The Family Man. And in this movie, Nicolas Cage basically was this young guy who finished college and was going to London to I think go to business school, and his girlfriend wanted him to stay. She's like, don't go to business school, stay here with me, and let's get married. I choose you, I choose us. She's so much in love and she wants him to stay and not pursue his dreams. And what he did was he made a decision to go, went to London, left the US, and after a few years he's now the president of his company. He's a rich guy living his best life in terms of money and finances, and he could do whatever he liked. However, there's no family, there's no kids, and something happened, something mysterious. It might have been a dream, but he saw himself in a life where he and her got married, and they had 2 children. They had a dog, and he was a dad, and he had friends, but he was not a president of any company. He worked in a tire shop. What he saw there was a trade-off. His reality was he shared that relationship with the girl, and he became this top executive in industry. However, he lost this opportunity to be this suburban dad with 2 children and a wife and friends, and lived in an average home. And I remember having this conversation with my girlfriend, and we were just talking about what we would have preferred, right? If you would have given up your relationship to pursue the high life, or go for the high life and give up the relationship. I would say, I think we arrived at the fact that it's a sweet middle. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. There should be a sweet middle. Like, your partner or your friend or your family should not separate you or distance you from your opportunity or ability to truly succeed in life. And my point being that I took the liberty to shed out some relationship. I'm happy I did those, because I think I feel more leveled in my head and I feel more streamlined in my mind about the things I'm pursuing and the things I want to do. Item number 4 that happened this year is that I set new financial goals for myself, and I set new financial mechanisms and engines in place to basically help me dissociate myself from that process and be able to not be thinking about money. And I know it's counterintuitive, but it's actually important to not be overwhelmed or caught in the process of thinking about money. I used to do that. I did that a lot last year, where I just graduated, and one of the big shocks for me, not the shock, one of the big things I struggled with emotionally and mentally was the fact that I was 28, and there are people that might have been like lower than me in rank or title, but I'm 100% sure they have 10 times or 3 times or 5 times the amount of money I have. And that's because they've been working since they were 22 or 23, right? Yeah, they don't have a PhD, I know, but they have more money than me. At the end of the day, so you're thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, I'm so left behind. I feel like my life just started. My life just started at 28. This is when I started earning salary, and it's like, am I ever going to catch up with these people financially? Am I ever going to catch up with my financial goals? And so I found myself in a trap where I was hung up on this thought, and I was thinking about money a lot. And what I didn't want to do anymore in 2024 was think less about money. So I put in some financial vehicles in place, or mechanisms that allow money savings to be more automatic, investments to be more automatic, and I feel more happy about the way my life is going and the way I appropriate or distribute my finances. All right, so that's all the positive stuff that has happened in 2025. If you're enjoying the video, please hit the subscribe button and like the video. Now I'm going to talk about the things I wish I didn't do in 2024. All right, so in 2024, the number one thing I did wrong was I did not see what's in front of me. The number one thing I did in 2024 that I regret is not seeing what's right in front of me, because I always wanted more. And this kind of bleeds down from what I talked about earlier with money, where I always wanted more, but not just money. It's like with my job, the job was great, but I wanted more. So I was like, yeah, let's do YouTube. Let's do YouTube. Let's register a company. Let's do this. So like, I had all these things I wanted to do. I want to do so much. It's beyond money. It's just I want to. It's not just about money. It's that I want to feel like I'm achieving something. I am doing something impactful. And the job I'm doing, the YouTube I'm running, and the company I'm trying to open, if they were all running at once, and I feel like, oh yeah, now I'm doing a great job. So my point is that I had so much going on that I don't think I was like taking a moment to appreciate where I'm at in life and how far I've come. So I always wanted more, and I think that was very unhealthy, that I didn't stop and just be thankful for what I have. So the second thing I regret in the year 2024, I would say, is definitely overbooking and over planning myself. I always have something I'm doing. Okay, so I always have something I'm doing, and it's funny because I even considered setting a schedule for myself where I'm like, oh, I have to like set up a website, not a website, but set up a link. I'm like, if anybody wants to talk to me, you go to the link and schedule. I don't even have a business here, and I want people to schedule to talk to me, because sometimes it's like, if I'm not working, I'm doing YouTube. I'm not doing YouTube, I'm talking to family. If I'm not talking to family, I'm talking to friends. Before I know, my day is gone. I don't have time for me. And I keep putting all this plans on my schedule, all these things. I always have something I need to do. And that is something I regret, because in 2025, it's going to be different. I want to shed out all these plans and be able to live more of a normal, happy life in 2025. So the third thing I regret in 2024, this is actually very serious, is I fell into the trap of comparing myself with other people. I think I didn't take a moment to, okay, not that I didn't. I know there are people that think I'm living a good life. There are people that think Obed is enjoying. Obed is working in industry. He has a PhD. He's single. He's da-da-da. When I say single, I mean not married. You know, Obed is living by himself in New York. He's having a great time. Blah, blah, blah. So those people probably think that I have a good life. I have a great life. While me, that they're looking at and thinking that way, I'm looking at other people and I'm like, oh, wow, that guy makes like double the amount of money I make. That guy drives a nice car. That guy does this and that. So like, forget about the car. Just think about the money more, because like my mind is mostly on like, how can I save more? How can I invest more? That's really where my mind is. So I have all these plans. I have all these ideas of what I think I should have achieved before 30. And for reference, I'm turning 30 in February 2025. So I have all these plans that I could achieve, or that I think I should achieve. And because of that, I kept comparing myself to other people that are around my age, that I think I should be the same as them, or I should be more than them. And basically I fell in the web of comparison, and what that ultimately did was it stole my joy. And that's why I kept talking about prioritizing happiness in 2025. And lastly, the thing I regretted in 2024 is probably this whole thing about keeping up with the Jones. Don't let anyone tell you what is important to you. There are people who don't care about what their car look like, and so I think I can also confidently say I'm a car guy. I do like a nice car. So there are people who don't care about what their car look like. And so for example, let me show you, this is where I shoot. Right, this is where I shoot my videos, and I know it looks so serene, it looks so nice, but you're not seeing the background, you're not seeing the backstage, the setting. I literally shoot these videos in my bedroom. I don't have a studio, I don't have an office space. This is my bedroom, and I'm showing you guys a perspective to see what I'm talking about, in the sense that to me, having a studio would have been nice, having a bigger apartment would have been nice, but that's not important. I am a car guy, so I invest money in that area instead, or not invest, I put money in that area of my life instead, because that area of my life I do want to improve, and I like that. My point is, define what is important to you. Some people say, oh, experiences are more important to me, so I will spend money traveling, right? So spend money doing the thing you like. For me, I ultimately came to the decision that I'm spending money on the thing I like, and that's that. Ultimately, in 2024, these are some of the things I think I feel or ever felt regret for. And what are the key takeaways from my positives and negatives of 2024? Number one is learn to care less. I know it's gonna sound funny. Learn to care less about people's opinions. I think since starting this YouTube channel, I have definitely been in a mental space where I have to lock my mind and emotions from what people are going to say, because I feel like with every single video I put out, I am putting myself out there for people to tell me what they think. And I'm like, oh, comment on this video, tell me what you think. People are going to comment, and sometimes the comments is not going to be fun. I would say I've been lucky. Majority of you that comment on my channel are actually very respectful and polite, and I 100% respect, and I appreciate the decorum and for lack of better terms, demurreness of how you guys, respond on my channel. I'm very thankful for it. And free speech is still free speech. There would always be someone that would say something negative, but I'm learning to not let that impact me. And that is something I would say was a lesson in 2024. The second thing I'll say is a lesson in 2024 is to focus on my goals and run my race, right? I'm no longer looking at people, what someone else is making or what someone is not making is not my problem. I genuinely now feel peaceful with where I'm at and what I have or what I don't have. One of the lessons I've learned this year is to take a break when I need to, and that means like when I'm overwhelmed, when I'm tired, when I cannot shoot a video, when I cannot edit and publish by a certain time. I guess that's that. I think everyone's going to be fine. Like, I think, so someone has told me this and they said, my channel is actually quite comprehensive. If you really just want to school abroad, I have a lot of stuff on my channel for people to learn from. So if someone is here for that, the content is already there. For now, I feel like people have a lot of things they need. And last but not the least, and this one is really important, so come closer, all you gist lovers. I think I was really shocked by the outcome of the 2024 presidential election in the United States, where Donald Trump won dramatically. And this is because I think I got swept up in social media and in late night TV. And I'm talking about like Jimmy Kimmel Live, Jimmy Fallon, or even The Daily Show, or even Saturday Night Live. Like, I got swept up in it. I saw a quote somewhere and someone said the United States is the modern day Rome. And if you think about this, every Roman movie you've seen, you will notice the way Rome is depicted, or even in Game of Thrones, Westeros, which is an imaginary world. But the way those cities or times were depicted is they had these theater shows where they make caricature or cartoon demonstrations of the king and the queen, and they're telling stories about them and people are laughing. Today, look at the US, right? Look at the US with basketball, with football, that's American football, with tours, look at the US with late night shows, right? Saturday Night Live. By the way, disclaimer, I really love Saturday Night Live. I'm not even joking, I really love it. But I'm just trying to describe something to you guys. It's a bunch of people who show up there. One appears as Donald Trump, another person appears as Joe Biden, another person appears as Kamala Harris, and they make us laugh. Right, and what it does is it takes away from the reality of the achievement of these people. It takes away from the reality of what Trump is doing, the reality of what Biden is doing. Biden is always depicted as a sleepy guy or like a guy who is confused, and Trump is always depicted as this guy that's like very witty and sharp and has a sharp mouth and boasts a lot. My point is, it does not allow me to actually see what Trump is doing that might be correct or wrong, because in my head automatically I laugh about whatever he does. Even when he does the right thing or the wrong thing, they tell it as a joke all the time. And when Biden does the right thing or the wrong thing, they tell it as a joke all the time. And I just realized that by watching late night, especially Jimmy Kimmel Live, he just always talks about Trump in a negative light. That I think in my head, I was like, yeah, Trump is not winning this election. There's no way. And then the results came and I was like, then I didn't realize that I might be one of like the few fractional people that's actually watching that show, that my brain has been corrupted to see Trump as like this devil, that like there's like millions of other people that are not watching it, so they don't see that way. They will put ideas in your head. So I learned in 2025 to mind my business. I have basically stopped watching late night TV. I don't want to disturb my mental mind and my focus, so I'm choosing to shut off late night and maintaining my peace of mind. I feel like I was ranting at some point, but I do really hope you learned something, and if not anything, sit down and reflect about your year and think about what you think you were missing, or what you've learned and what you hope to achieve in 2025. I hope this inspired you somehow. Happy New Year, guys. I'll see you in the next video.